There was a controversy a few years ago. There was this Christian school in the Netherlands, my family's home country, and they printed a whole bunch of calendars, I guess to send home to parents and donors and that kind of thing. And the peace symbol was in there. And they got a number of complaints that is a satanic symbol. It's occultic. It's used in devil worship. And so they were forced to destroy like $20,000 worth of calendars they'd printed. Nobody wanted them anymore. Yeah, $20,000. The issue is, like, who still uses a wall calendar? That's the most troublesome part of that whole story. Do you still use a paper wall calendar?
Sometimes.
Really? The Dutch do. They hang them in their bathrooms. I know it's weird, and they put everybody's birthdays on them. It's a Dutch thing, and they still love them, but they had to destroy these. Why? Well, some people say that's the cross of Nero, or it's an upside-down cross with the arms broken. That's a pretty good description of it. So it's clearly a satanic symbol. I'm not convinced by that. The symbol made it into popular culture in the 1950s, the late 50s, and you notice the hippies really loved that thing, right? They're on all the beatniks and peaceniks. Right. It's semaphore symbols. It's the semaphore symbol for, and you know the flags they use on ships,
right?
Right? Semaphore? Is that what that's called?
I
Semaphore.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted a ship as a little boy that had a Jolly Roger on it. Skull and crossbones. But semaphore flags are for conveying images at long distances or messages. And if you take the symbol for N and the semaphore symbol for D and superimpose them on each other, you get the peace symbol. That's what you get. And the reason N and D are used is because they stand for nuclear disarmament. Remember,
interesting.
Yeah, we're coming out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're coming out of the Cold War. Well, it's at its peak in the late 1950s. We've got Stalin. We've got the Cold War ramping up, and in the 1960s, we've got scares in the Caribbean and that kind of stuff, right? And so nuclear disarmament became a popular concept, and the peace symbol was used for that. Now, I'm probably still not a giant fan of the peace symbol. You'll wait in vain for me to buy a T-shirt with it on there. Not because I'm not in favor of us bringing an end to war. That would be nice. But because there are some thoughts in the peacenik movement of that time that are kind of antithetical to Christianity. The symbols come to be identified with free love as well and psychedelic drug use. And so there's a bunch of thoughts there that maybe I don't want to tap into.
There's some underlying...
Yeah, and so the culture itself, I don't know if it's entirely consistent with Christianity, but is it a satanic symbol? No, I'm giving that a no. And you can feel free to argue out there if you'd like, but address all of your complaints to Kevin Ames, Box 999, Loveland, Colorado.
I'll make sure that those all get forwarded to you.
Yeah, I know you will.